All right, welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We are so glad that you are joining us today. We have a great lineup of institutions, 5 from the state of Washington, 1's from the state of California, and they are very excited to tell you all about their programs and campuses. Before we get started, a few housekeeping announcements. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You don't have to wait until the certain institution is presenting. If you have a question for any of our campuses, go ahead and use that Q&A function throughout the entire event. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you today. And this is one of many different sessions happening. It's actually the last happening for this evening, but this session, along with all of the others, are being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/WACAC. I'll put that in the link in the chat, but now we are going to move on to our main event, and that is hearing from these wonderful institutions. Kicking it off tonight is Central Washington University. Whenever you are ready.
Alrighty, let me just get my screen to share. Alrighty, hi everyone. My name is Andrea Baber and I am a senior admissions counselor with Central Washington University. I am also the representative for the states of Alaska, Arizona, and Nevada. So if you have any questions, you can give me a call, text, email. My contact information is also up here in the corner in case you miss it right now. But to get started, Central Washington University gets our name because we are located in the center of the state in Ellensburg. We do have other centers around the state of Washington, but being our main campus, we have roughly 12,343 students. We're a little bit different from the west side of the state where we get over 300 days of sunshine each year. And we also get all 4 seasons, which is really nice. So we do get some snow in the winter, beautiful spring and summer, and then I love seeing the changing of the leaves in fall. So because of our location, we are really close to the mountain pass. So for students who like skiing, snowboarding, camping, river rafting, or just exploring everything Washington has to offer, we are the perfect location for you. We are about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from Seattle. We are 3 hours from Spokane and 4 hours from Portland. So at Central, we have over 135 plus majors and programs for you to choose from. I've highlighted some of our unique majors in the upper left-hand corner. The great thing is our programs are not impacted. So students are able to get in and out in their program within 4 to 5 years, depending on that program. Some of our top majors would include business, education, our music, and our sciences. And since we are a smaller, medium-sized university, we have about 25 students as our average class size. We have a student to faculty ratio of 19:1. And we are also NCAA Division II. So for any athletes out there or other sports fans like myself, we do have some varsity athletics as well. So how to apply to Central, we do have our own online application that can be found on our website. $60 application fee. We need your official high school transcripts. We are SAT and ACT test optional. And then for students who have a 3.0 cumulative GPA or higher, you would automatically be admitted if you apply, which is awesome. If you don't quite have a 3.0, that's okay. We might ask for a personal statement. And then we're also going to check your CATRs, which you can see are those 4 years English, math, world languages, and so on. Very similar to your high school graduation requirements. All of this is due by our priority deadline, which is March 1st. So for any seniors out there, we are still accepting applications. We are what's called rolling admissions. And then for any juniors, sophomores, or even freshmen out there, you can start applying September of your senior year and then just try to hit that priority deadline of March 1st. So we are a WUI school at Central Washington University. To get the WUI, all you have to do is apply by March 1st and commit by May 1st, and you are automatically guaranteed the WUI. It's open to any major, and there's no separate application. And I've thrown up some totals on here so you can see the breakdown of what the WUI tuition and fees are. What the average estimated cost of room and board are and books and supplies, you're looking at saving about $10,500, which is awesome. So we are very friendly to students from WUI states. I wanted to thank you all for joining me this evening. I also wanted to go a little bit in depth of our online experiences that we're offering right now. Since we are still virtual at the moment, we are slowly integrating things back to in person, but you can always schedule an admissions appointment with myself or one of my fellow admissions counselors. They could be over the phone or through Zoom. We're also doing virtual campus tours, which is new because of COVID, but it's great for all of our out-of-state students and families interested in Central. You get a student-led tour and then followed by an admissions presentation. We also have presentations called Transfer Tuesdays that happen every Tuesday. And then we also offer Spanish speaking appointments for students and their families who speak Spanish. So you can find all of our online experiences on our website. And again, my name is Andrea, and you can find my contact information at the bottom of the screen. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. What a great way to kick off today's event. We're going to go east now. We're going to hear from Eastern Washington University. Take it away.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kareem, and I am an advisor at Eastern Washington University. I'm going to share my screen now, so give me a sec. Cool. So here we are, Eastern Washington University. We're a mid-sized university located in Cheney, Washington. We're famous for our red turf football field, as you can see here in my background. You can actually go in and download it on our website. But yeah, we actually just installed some new turf this year, so that's kind of exciting. We are a Division I school, so we're in the Big Sky Conference, and we've had a lot of success and different types of the NCAA tournaments, including most recently with the March Madness. We kind of got beat by a really good school, but that's all good. At least we made it. There's always next year. So yeah, I'm gonna go through here and tell you a little more. So at Eastern Washington University, many of our students, get jobs related to their fields. They graduate debt-free, and a lot of students actually get, hands-on experience, internships, those types of things when they're at Eastern. And so that's one of the really cool things about that I like to tell people about our school. There's also going to be, when things open back up, awesome, study abroad opportunities. But at Eastern, we really like to we're one of those schools where if you are somebody who likes to get your hands dirty and likes hands-on experience, we're a good school for that. As you can see here, there's some students at our Turnbull Wildlife Refuge, which is about 10 minutes away from our campus. They're collecting water samples, but it's a really great place to kind of go out and get some fresh air and maybe go on a walk. And it's right next to our campus, so that's such a great resource for our students. A lot of our students in biology, chemistry, geology kind of go out there and use it. And kind of going on our hands-on experience theme, here you see a student working in our mechanical engineering labs using these robotic arms. And Eastern Washington University, we're the most affordable university in Washington State as far as publics go. We are a WUI school, and we are still accepting applications. So, since y'all are from California, you definitely qualify. You could use our online GPA calculator to see how that scholarship would work for you. So I also wanted to mention that at Eastern, there's lots of opportunities for you to continue with things like music and other types of things that you are passionate about. You don't really got to give those things up, and you don't necessarily need to major in them when you come to Eastern. You could just take a few classes here and there and participate in any one of our ensembles. There's lots of scholarships available through our music program. So if you're interested, all you gotta do is just hit up the music department and let them know that you're interested in participating in any one of their ensembles, whether that be jazz, orchestra, string, whatever. So our top 5 majors at Eastern are business, biology, computer science, psychology, and engineering. But there are lots of other things that students like to study at Eastern, including the arts, theater, music, audio engineering, forensic science, criminal justice. There's all types of cool stuff that we offer at Eastern. And as I mentioned, at Eastern, we're kind of like that traditional college town. On the game days, it's like really fun, energetic, and live. And this is kind of like what it looks like. But it's a super fun school to go to if you want to, be involved in these types of activities and kind of be surrounded by other students who do have that kind of that pride of being an Eagle. We have lots of student clubs and organizations and, and sports leagues and clubs. If you're interested in playing sports, but not at, a college level, maybe just like intramurals or club sports, we have that available. And we also have lots of, fraternities, sororities to participate in as well. But here's some of my favorite things about campus. It's just like the facilities. I love going and just kind of like hanging out in our new Pence Student Union building. You could see that photo right there. It's, a great place to hang out, grab some food, meet up with your friends, do homework, things like that. And I also love the rock climbing wall. So when you're, if you're a senior right now, or if you were kind of one last year and you started going to community college, going to Eastern is going to be a lot different. There's going to be so many different things that you can do, if you don't want to get bored. But yeah, there's just so much to do, and it's super fun. At Eastern, we value diversity and inclusion, and then also we have a really awesome campus safety program on our campus. Many of our students in our criminal justice program actually, can apply to be cadets on our campus, so that's kind of a cool thing if you're interested in kind of taking that route. As I said, Eastern, we're mid-sized university, is about 12,000 students. But yeah, there's lots of really great things that we offer at Eastern, and we hope that you apply. We're still, looking forward to you applying for our fall 21 if that's what you want to do. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Eastern Washington University. We are going to turn it over now to the University of Washington whenever you are ready.
All right, I'm gonna get my screen sharing right now. All right, and does that look like it's working? Perfect, thank you. All right, hi everybody. Yep, we are from University of Washington. Myself, Joseph, I am one of the admissions counselors for a bit of Northern California as well as some parts of Washington. And then I've got my colleague Kelsey in the chat who's gonna be answering some questions as well. If you haven't heard of us before, just some kind of quick information about the UW, University of Washington. We are an urban campus just north of downtown Seattle. So still within the city of Seattle, kind of have some space to, have a little bit more of the quieter traditional college experience, but we're just a few short miles away from the downtown, from the central part of the city of Seattle. We've actually got a light rail station right on campus. We've got really good bus system, bike lanes. It's really easy to get in and out of the city and the university. We do have over 180 majors. That includes majors, minors. A lot of students will dual major. We've got everything ranging from, the School of Business programs, all the way to anthropology, engineering, biomedical, anything you might be interested in. Cool little fact, we do have the most federal research funding of all US public universities, and we've had that, as you can see, for quite a while. We do have a lot of student organizations, so clubs, honor societies, Greek life. We've got some really unique clubs like the chess club, a virtual reality club. We even have an Among Us club that started recently during quarantine. So a lot of fun things to get involved in, and really easy to start a club of your own if not. We do have the majority of freshmen do live on campus. And as you can see, a lot of students end up returning to the UW and then end up graduating within a timely manner. Our four-year graduation rate is about 80%. All right, so top employers of UW, and this is going to be great for students that are current students as well as about to graduate, because you're always going to be looking for internship opportunities, connections in the workforce, And we do have a lot of employers that are based within Seattle. So you might have heard of Microsoft, Amazon, Starbucks, Boeing, Nordstrom, T-Mobile. All those are headquartered within Seattle. And a lot of the faculty and a lot of the university staff have good connections there to help you get internships. All right, so the application checklist. As of 2020, we no longer require test scores, so you don't have to submit SAT or ACT scores. If you do have them, you're more than welcome to submit them still, but they won't be considered in our initial review. Essentially, all we need is the coalition application, which we're going to talk about in a second, and then the UW specific questions within the coalition. There is a application fee of $80. However, if you qualify for a fee waiver, you'll have that information within the coalition. So how we go about our reviewing. We don't have a set minimum GPA or a set amount of activities that we look for. Rather, we have a full holistic review process. So essentially, academic preparation and performance lead the way in our review. And that'll include everything from obviously your GPA, the type of courses you took, your rigorous curriculum in senior year, kind of things like that. And then on the other side, we do have personal achievements and characteristics. So that'll be everything ranging from all your extracurriculars in and outside of the classroom, your writing portion, any kind of things you might be involved in, any kind of honors, distinguishments, anything like that. We're going to take it all into consideration. All right, so some key dates about the coalition application. Excuse me, the UW specific portion opens on September 1st. Now keep in mind, you can get started by creating your coalition profile. So it's going to be about 80% of our application anyways, so it doesn't hurt to get a head start on it. You'll go ahead and enter all your demographic information. You can self-report all of your courses and any grades that you currently have. And then come September 1st, you'll be able to answer the UW specific portion. If you decide to apply to the honors program, that information will be there, as well as the writing portion and activities and all of that. And then the application deadline is November 15th. So if you're planning to apply for the following autumn semester, just make sure you get it in before November 15th. If you do have any questions at all, you can always contact myself. Again, my name is Joseph, or just go on our website and reach out to our main admissions office or do the Find Your Counselor tool, and you should be able to connect with your specific high school counselor. Thanks.
Perfect. Expertly delivered. Thank you so much, University of Washington. I want to remind everyone that the Q&A function is open, so make sure you submit those questions throughout our presentations here. We're going to head now to Washington State University. Take it away.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Maria Mendoza, and I am one of the admissions counselors for Washington State University. I cover the Northern Bay Area, part of California, and also Southern Nevada. I'm a proud alumni of WSU, so I'll go ahead and kind of introduce you. I'm going to take you to the opposite side of the state now. We're about 5 hours away from Seattle, in a more rural area over on the eastern side of the state, and what I like to think of the Promised Land, or Pullman, Washington. Kind of just a couple of quick facts about Pullman. It is a really small town, a true college town with just over 34,000 people in the town itself. And our total student population really makes up the town and the total population, with nearly 2/3 of the population in Pullman being students. So you're going to be surrounded with a lot of like-minded individuals. The average age in Pullman is actually 22. So it's a relatively young crowd. And I think a lot of students really tend to enjoy that, because when you get to campus, regardless of where it is that you're coming from, whether it's from California or some other state, everyone has a really same shared experience on our campus, where it's typically everyone's first time away from home, at least our first year students. And so everyone's really eager to get out there, get out of your comfort zone, make friends, meet people. So it makes, that transition from being an out-of-state student a lot easier for our students. And even though we are kind of in this rural area, there's a lot of fun stuff going on. I can tell you from experience as a student, I was never bored. We do have Pac-12 sports. We are part of the NCAA Division I. So there's always a lot of excitement that comes with that. We are a very spirited school. So if that's something that you're looking for, it's definitely something that you're going to find on our campus. Once a Coug, always a Coug. It's one of our many catchphrases. And we have a lot of great other student entertainment opportunities as well. Typically when I'm working with students from the Bay Area, they are very used to going to a lot of concerts. And so we're bringing those concerts specifically to you, and it's all going to be within a walking distance. So there's really no need to catch Uber Ubers or hop on the Caltrain or the BART or anything like that. Everything is going to be within a walking distance. For you. We have tons of clubs, tons of opportunities to get involved with Greek life. I would say about 20 to 25% of our students are involved in Greek life. So there's going to be a little bit of everything for every student. You will definitely find your niche on campus in one area or another. And like I said, all of our students have a shared experience where, you know, it's usually everyone's first time away from home. So everyone's just really eager to make friends and meet people. And then as far as academics goes, none of our programs are impacted. We do have over 200 fields of study on our campus, with our most popular majors being within our College of Business, Engineering and Computer Science, our College of Communications, and our Health Sciences. We do offer a lot of pre-professional programs like pre-medicine, pre-nursing, pre-physical therapy, and the list goes on and on for any student that's interested in that. And we are a tier 1 research institution. So if you want to have the opportunity to conduct your own undergraduate research, or you want to work alongside some of our faculty, you definitely can, because we have a really small graduate student population on our campus. Really, the majority of our students are undergraduate students, so you don't have to compete with anyone else for those kinds of opportunities. So you're definitely going to have a lot of great opportunities. And hopefully, you know, by the time you all get to college, by your sophomore or junior year, if anyone is considering studying abroad, hopefully you will get the opportunity to do that. We do offer over 560 study abroad programs on all 7 continents. So if you want to go to Antarctica, we can definitely help get you there. And then we also do have a great honors college on our campus where we offer a more Socratic style of learning. So it's usually a great fit for students that enjoy discussion-based courses and that enjoy really small class sizes. We do cap our classes within our honors college anywhere from 10 to 25 students, and you're going to have a lot more individualized one-on-one instruction from your professors. You'll definitely know them on a first name basis, and you're really going to get to know all of your classmates throughout being part of the honors college. It is compatible with all of our degree programs, and there's no additional cost for you to be a part of our honors college. So if it is something that you're interested, I encourage all of you to go and take a look at all of the different fields of study that we offer. You'll find all of those listed at academics.wsu.edu. And then we do offer quite a bit of out-of-state scholarships. We are part of the WUI. We offer our Cougar Award, which is for our students that are between a 3.2 to a 3.59 unweighted high school GPA at the time of application. This is an automatic award. So if you meet the eligibility criteria, you would automatically get that, and it is renewable for an additional 3 years. Same goes with our Distinguished Cougar Award, which is our version of our WUI, and it's an $11,000 award, possibly renewable for an additional 3 years for students that have a 3.6 unweighted high school GPA or higher. Outside of these scholarships, we do also offer over 700 different scholarships through our WSU General Scholarship application. And that one is due January 31st every single year for all of our incoming students and all of our current students. So just some great scholarship opportunities there for everybody. Just very briefly here, what does admissions look like at WSU? We are not requiring test scores, so you don't have to submit your SAT or your ACT test scores for admissions. We do have our own application on our website. You'll find it at apply.wsu.edu, and we just need you to submit your high school transcripts. If you qualify for a fee waiver, you can certainly apply for that directly on the application at the very end there. And we're really looking at the strength of your coursework, your grade trends. That's going to be one of the biggest factors in our decision for admissions. And then with that, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out to our office at future.coug@wsu.edu. You can also find your admissions counselor at rep.wsu.edu. Thank you all so much.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Washington State University. That was awesome. We're going to hear from our last institution in the state of Washington, and that is Western Washington University. Whenever you are ready.
All right, awesome. Let me just share my screen here. Just make sure everything is visible. All right, that should be loading up here. Any second here. All right, there we go. Is it showing up?
It's still loading on my end.
All right, it looks like.
There we go.
There we go. Awesome. All right, well, hello everybody. My name is Jacob Jones Poulton. I'm an admissions counselor with Western Washington University. I grew up in Northern California, so I was an out-of-state student coming up here. As a counselor, I work with folks coming from Southern California, as well as just other parts of our country as well, anyone who is interested. But yeah, let's just dive right in. Let's talk about what makes Western special and why you should consider it. So Western is located in Bellingham, Washington, which if you look at this handy little map over here, you can see that we are in the northern part of Washington state. So kind of this northwest part of the Pacific Northwest. Bellingham is right on the water. It's a super beautiful community. Bellingham has about 83,000 people, so it's kind of this smallish city. It's very walkable, great bookstores, great bakeries, tons of parks, just so many outdoorsy things to do. You can go to the beach in the morning, you can go hiking in the mountains in the afternoon. So we're really about an hour away from skiing and snowboarding at Mount Baker. We're about an hour away from Vancouver, British Columbia as well. So if you want to go check out Canada at some point when the borders open again, you can do that. And we're about an hour and a half away from Seattle to the south of us. So Western has about 16,000 students. So we're a medium-sized public university, mostly undergraduates. So what that means is undergraduates are scooping up all those awesome research opportunities that are out there. So if you want to do psychology or chemistry or engineering or anything like that, you're gonna have first dibs on those research assistant positions. So that's super amazing. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit more about academics. So yeah, so we have over 175 different majors. I already talked about some of them already. A lot of people come into Western because they love marine biology, they love environmental science, they might want to become a teacher someday. We also have the opportunity for people to design their own majors as well. So if 175 choices is not enough for you, you can certainly build your own thing. We also have a lot of people coming up to Western for computer science as well. It's a very, very popular program here. In terms of student life, tons of clubs. Similar to some of the other schools, we got pretty much everything out there you could ever want. Some of the things that really, I think, set us apart, though, is just our emphasis on getting students outside. So if you're somebody that grew up in a place where maybe you didn't have access to the mountains as much, or maybe you weren't really that close to the coast or anything like that, our outdoor center will get you the gear and the training to be able to go out and have a really fun camping trip with your friends, or go on a backpacking trip, or learn how to whitewater raft, or you can even rent kayaks through us for about $10 a day. So you can get all the equipment you could ever need at our school. But we also have like a great hiking club as well as a Sasquatch club. So if you want to go look for Bigfoot on Friday nights, you could do that as well. In terms of our application, pretty similar to the other schools. We're just looking at your grades. We're looking at the rigor of your courses, and we are paying very close attention to your essay. So make sure you're telling your story, showing us what you're all about, and yeah, just being yourself. We do have a $60 application fee. Our deadline is January 31st. We are a rolling admissions university, meaning that you know, we're making decisions on applications on a rolling basis. So so for those of you that are juniors right now, our application opens up in September. So if you can apply anytime between September and the end of January, the sooner you apply, the sooner you'll hear back from us. Yeah, as far as those scholarships are concerned, cost of attendance, all of that stuff, you can see what this looks like for our students here. So out-of-state students are on the right-hand column of the table there. So you can see that for an out-of-state student, the total cost of attendance is about $42,864 per year. But like some of the other schools as well, we are part of the WUI, so it is our most competitive scholarship. And you can kind of see what the breakdown looks like as far as what we are looking for in terms of GPA for WUI and for our other bigger merit scholarships as well. So so yeah, you can take a look at what those look like there. Yeah, as far as contacting us, you are always welcome to send us an email or give us a call or set up individual appointments. We are more than happy to connect with you. You know, it can be any question from what kind of clubs do you have? What is there to do in Bellingham for fun? What's the best pizza in your city? We're happy to answer everything and anything. So feel free to reach out to us at any point. And yeah, I will cede my time.
Awesome. Another great presentation. Thank you so much for that. All right, we are now leaving the state of Washington and we're going to hear from Woodbury University located in California. Take it away when you're ready.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Woodbury. Just give me 1 second, please. So yes, we are going to take a little trip down to California. So welcome to Woodbury University. Woodbury is located in Burbank, California. And Burbank is just about 20 miles north of downtown Los Angeles. So a little bit about Woodbury. Like I said, our location about 20 miles north of Los Angeles. We are home of many major studios. We are home to Warner Brothers, Disney, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Universal Studios is very close. So we have a lot going on in the city of Burbank. We are a very small private liberal arts institution. And we have about 1,200 students, and most of them are undergrad students. We do also have some grad programs, but most of our students are undergrad students. So, 1,200 students, it means you're going to have very small class sizes at Woodbury, and that means that you're going to have a lot of one-on-one interaction with your professors. You're going to develop close relationships with all of your professors, and you're going to have opportunities to really make connections and build your network at Woodbury. Our average class size is about 15, so really small class sizes for you. And you have your professors are always very easily accessible. All of our students are required to have an internship at Woodbury. So regardless of your major, you will have an internship before you graduate. Some of our most recent internships have been through Warner Brothers, through Disney, through Ernst & Young, which is an accounting firm, a lot of architecture firms, and Universal and Nickelodeon. And I think NASA, a couple of years ago, someone interned at NASA as well in the Computer Information Systems program. So these are, I'm going to highlight our majors, but these are some of our, I guess I would say, most unique majors. We do have 5 nationally ranked programs, including animation, game art and design, graphic design, architecture, and interior design. And please feel free to scan this QR code if you're interested in getting more information about any of our programs. And I can always go back to that. So this is a list of all of the majors that we offer for undergrads. Like I said, our nationally ranked programs include architecture and interior design, as well as graphic design, game art and design, and animation. Some of our student services and organizations, we, of course, are a small campus, but we do provide a lot of student services. We do have a lot of student-led organizations. We offer health and counseling services. We do have study abroad opportunities. We have over 20 student-led organizations, including Photography Club, Armenian Student Association. We do have Unity, which is an LGBTQ affirmative club. We also offer social justice scholarships for any first-generation college students, students within any minority groups, or students within the LGBTQ community. And we also offer internship and career counseling services. So these are our application requirements. We do require for scholarship opportunity, we do require a 2.75 unweighted GPA. And just know that if you do have a GPA of 2.25 to 2.74, it is very possible for you to still be admitted. You would just be placed potentially in what we call the bridge program or the transition track, which is essentially just extra resources for you as a student to ensure that you're on the right track and set up for success. we do require a digital portfolio for our animation students, and we are completely test optional. We do not require a personal statement or letters of rec. Those are also optional, but those are recommended. And this is just kind of a breakdown of our merit-based scholarships. These scholarships, of course, are just based on your GPA alone. There's no additional applications required for you. And you do have the opportunity, of course, to apply for additional grants and scholarships. And there is also a link for you if you want to check out all of those additional scholarships that you can apply for. So this is just, the merit base is just automatic to you, no additional requirements. And just know that this tuition is the same for in-state and out-of-state. Because we're a private institution, we do not have out-of-state tuition. And if you would like to stay connected, we are offering virtual guided campus tours right now. If you are admitted, we are actually starting to offer in-person tours again. Woo. And these are also ways you can get my contact information if you have additional questions. You can also connect with a current student, which is a great way to just ask questions about student life, about what's going on, what major they're doing, and how they like their major. And then you can always follow us for any additional information on social media. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest.
Awesome. Way to finish us strong here, Woodbury University. Thank you so much for that. All right. Well, as you can see, we have a bunch of experts here, and I want to make sure that we take advantage of their expertise. So we are going to transition now to a very brief Q&A. So I'm going to ask all of my fellow panelists to join me on video here. Our first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We're going to go ahead and go in the same order. So I'm going to ask Central Washington University to kick us off.
Yeah, so a piece of advice I would give students going through this college search process would be to find a buddy, because there's so many things to keep track of, and it's hard to hold yourself accountable, especially when there's all the other exciting things going on your senior year or even junior year, also added with COVID. So having that person to kind of go through this with could be really helpful. And it makes it a little bit more fun too, to say like, hey, did you apply to Western yet? I got in my app for Central. Like, hey, don't forget the deadline for WSU is coming up. So just a really fun way to, again, make sure you stay on top of everything, and then to do it with a friend, because it's always better.
That's a great tip. Thank you. Eastern Washington University.
Yeah, so I'd like to add that if you were thinking about a few different schools, come out and visit us. Come to our campuses and check us out to see whether or not you like the feel of the campus and whether you'd be a good fit. But I mean, like, I kind of like that idea of like all these other campuses. If you're gonna come visit Eastern, like check out Central, check out Wazoo, check out Gonzaga, check out wherever that's along the way, but stay at Eastern. Stay the night at Eastern is all I gotta say.
All right, I had to get a little plug in there too. All right, University of Washington, what is your advice?
Yeah, I would say I really like the idea, having a buddy and keep yourself accountable. But I'd say if you're able to and have the resources to, definitely try to get some information about the specific program you're interested in. Just because every computer science program at every school is not going to be the same for nursing, engineering, et cetera. So, if you can really find a program that, you feel confident can teach you what you're looking for and push you along in your career search, I think that'd be a great idea. So that, and then I definitely echo, trying to make sure you can see yourself at the university and find a fit for yourself.
Perfect. Wonderful. Washington State University, what do you recommend?
I always encourage students to reach out to us with any questions that you have. We are kind of your first point of contact, and we want to help help get you connected with campus departments, with campus resources, and help you see whether or not our universities are a good fit for you. So don't be afraid to reach out to us with any questions. Like Jacob mentioned, you can even ask us what our favorite pizza spot is in town. That's kind of what we're here for, is to give you all the ins and outs of our university. So don't be afraid to reach out with any questions that you have.
Absolutely. Okay, Western Washington University, what is your advice?
Yeah, I think it's really important to just think of where you're looking at going to college. Think of it beyond just the campus itself. I mean, it's a huge deal, of course, the majors, all that stuff, but really be thinking about the broader community as well. So what are you going to do when it's Saturday, or Sunday? Are you going to go on a hike? Are you going to go to a concert? Or are there really cool cafes to check out? And just kind of think about that side of it too, of your life outside of the classroom as well.
Great advice. Okay, this is a hard question to go last on. So what do you think? What do you have to add, Woodbury University?
So I have a list of questions that I like to ask when I was kind of going through my college experience and my application process. There's a list of questions that I kind of started out with, and I made my list, and it was questions like, where do I see myself? Do I want to be in an urban environment? Do I want to be in a city? Do I want to be in the middle of nowhere? How far away do I want to be from home? Do I want to be very accessible to my parents or family? Do I want to be very far away? Do I want to be close enough where I can do free laundry? Do you want a religious school? Do you want, what program do you want? Does the school you're interested in maybe have a unique program that you're interested? So these are kind of questions that they're a bit broad, but I think it's a good way to start off and just kind of at least to have a starting ground, and you can narrow your choices down from there.
Yeah, it's important. There are over 4,000 colleges and universities in the United States, so you've got to do that narrowing down at some point. Great advice from everyone. Okay, so we've had a chance to get this expert advice here, but I want to go back to your campuses now, and I want to ask you each a question about your favorite event or tradition on campus. We'll do these rapid fire, going in the same order, starting with Central Washington University.
Yeah, I know this happens probably at every university, but our Wildcat Welcome Move-In Weekend is one of my favorites. The whole campus comes together and we literally help you take your stuff from your car into your room, make sure you get all set up, and then there's a ton of really fun activities that you can participate in.
That sounds awesome. Thank you. Eastern Washington University?
I'm gonna say I didn't know much about it, but I love hockey games and I love our ice skating rink. And that's something that we have that I feel like I haven't seen in a lot of places. So our ice skating rink, you could rent skates and go ice skating whenever you want.
Definitely unique. Absolutely. All right. University of Washington, what's your favorite event or tradition?
Yeah, we have what's called W Day. So back in 2011, it was commemorated to acknowledge the 150th anniversary of the UW. So it kind of coincides with our homecoming every year now, and there's free food everywhere, potentially free swag and T-shirts and all that. But just really a lot of school pride and being able to kind of see the whole community at a wide scope. It's pretty awesome.
Fantastic. All the makings for a good event, free food and free swag. I love it. Washington State University, what's your favorite event?
I would definitely say I'm a huge sports fan, so football games are definitely a huge draw. We get a lot of alumni coming back, all the tailgating that happens, and just the atmosphere of the town itself. Everything basically shuts down for football games because everyone's at the stadium. So there's definitely a lot of excitement that comes with it, and it's one of the things that I definitely miss that COVID kind of took away. So I'm excited for sporting events to come back and for everyone to be able to go out and support their schools and everything.
Fantastic. I think, isn't it Washington State University that your flag has been on every single college game day in history as well?
Yeah, all
so a lot of
crimson.
sports fans there.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, Western Washington University, what is your favorite event or tradition?
Yeah, we have this concert that's called Lawn Stock, which is we have a massive lawn at our school, and there's a big old concert with lots of local bands, but we also have some old favorites that come back and play. I don't know if anybody's heard of Death Cab for Cutie or Odessa, but they started at our campus. So yeah, we're a very music oriented school. So that's always really fun to go to.
Sounds awesome. It looked like Woodbury University was excited by that as well. And you're up. What is your favorite event or tradition?
I do love Death Cab for Cutie. So Woodbury also does our version, which is called Woodstock. So that's kind of our version. But I would say my favorite event, I guess, on campus would be the annual fashion show. Our fashion design students produce and direct their fashion show with their lines that they create throughout their career at Woodbury. And it's a community-wide event, and it's just a really amazing event. And oftentimes it's held at like really, really cool venues. So it's a cool way to like showcase what they have worked on.
That's awesome and definitely very unique. Okay, you all, thank you so much for a fantastic panel. This was a great opportunity to learn more about your campuses and your programs. I want to thank all of you for being here. And then I also want to thank all of those who are joining us as attendees, whether you are here live or you are catching this recording right now. We really appreciate you being here, and we hope that you learned more about these campuses and that you'll go seek out more information from each of them as well. Just a few reminders as we close up today. This is the last event of the Western WACAC Fair. There will be a transfer event in the future, so you can look forward to that in coming announcements. But in about a week, you'll be able to find the recording from this event as well as all of the other sessions at strivescan.com/WACAC. And then when you close out your session today, you're going to get a very quick 4-question survey. Any feedback that you can provide us about the event would be most appreciated. All right, everyone, have a wonderful evening, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for being here tonight. Bye-bye.